Last time I covered RETATRUTIDE, I had the first phase 3 results in my hand. I told you it was impressive. I was wrong. Not about the drug, but how big this actually is. Because Eli Lilly just dropped TRIUMPH-1, the flagship trial, 2,339 participants, 80 weeks. And on the highest dose, the average weight loss was 28.3%. That's about 70 pounds. And the severe obesity group that stayed on it for about 2 years, they kept going, no plateau, all the way up to 30.3%. That's 85 pounds on average. That's bariatric surgery territory from a weekly injection. As a professional bodybuilder who's run every peptide and steroid under the sun for the last 20 plus years, let me tell you what actually got my attention. They didn't just measure how much weight came off. They measured what was happening inside, internally, the visceral fat, the systemic inflammation, the fatty liver, insulin sensitivity, every major cardiovascular marker. The stuff that doesn't just decide how you look. It decides how fast or slow your body's aging at the cellular level. So in this video, I'm gonna show you what the data actually revealed to us. And then I'm gonna show you how to run this in the real world so you actually come out leaner, you keep your muscle, and arguably buy yourself more runway on aging. Because 90% of the people taking Reta are running it completely wrong. One thing first, I'm not a doctor. This is not medical advice. And RETATRUTIDE is still under the investigation. It is not FDA approved yet. Anything you do under real physician with real blood work. What changed? TRIUMPH-4 versus TRIUMPH-1. Reta is the upgrade that everyone's comparing to Ozempic and tirzepatide. It's a triple agonist hitting GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon at the same time. If you watch my video from December, we broke down TRIUMPH-4. 445 people, knee osteoarthritis, 68 weeks, great results. But TRIUMPH-4 was a side story because TRIUMPH-1 is the flagship. This is the one that goes to the FDA and decides what gets printed on that damn label. 2,339 people, 3 weekly doses, 4, 9, and 12 milligram. Over an 80-week window, and they extended the severe obesity group out to 104 weeks, just to see how far it would go, pushing the limits. Let's start with the weight, and then I'm gonna show you why it's the least interesting part. 4 milligrams, 19% average body weight loss. Sit with that for 1 second. The lowest dose matched what Ozempic does at its max dose after a full year. Lowest, maxed. 9 milligrams, about 26%, roughly 64 pounds. You have 12 milligram, 28.3% at 80 weeks. And the severe obesity group that stayed on it hit 30.3%, 85 pounds at 104 weeks, and still climbing. Impressive, but here's what you need to burn into your brains right now. Weight loss, let's put an asterisk by this, and fat loss are not the same thing. And the faster you drop weight on a drug like this, the more muscle you're losing and putting yourself at risk for losing. Before you guys just go, great, I'm gonna jump on 12 milligrams, look at what the smart part of this trial actually was, the titration period. Nobody started at the top. Everyone began at the least effective dose, which was 2 milligrams, and climbed every 4 weeks. So it looked like something like this, 2, 4, 6, 9, 12. I ran mine even more conservative. I started at a 0.5 milligram and then slowly crept up. Why? Because the higher you push, the more likely you're gonna quit from the side effects. That's facts. The numbers back it up cold. 4 milligram discontinuation, 4.1%. 12 milligram discontinuation, 11.3%. Nearly 1 in 9 could not tolerate it, even with the slow titration. That's already even better than the TRIUMPH-4 trials where 12 milligram dropout was 18.2%. The slower escalation, the longer adaptation period window made a massive difference, and the numbers prove it. Which, by the way, it validates exactly how I told you to run in the first video. Start low, go slow, don't try to be the hero, bro. And this is the exact spot that people screw it up all the time. They rush the titration because they get really excited. They spend the first 3 weeks nauseous, under eating, losing muscle, can't work out, and convince themselves the drug is garbage or it's not working for them. Dial your titration in. Dial your dose in around your blood work. Yeah, that was a common word here, your. And also your training. And that's the first thing my team and I build when someone joins our coaching program. You'd rather not guess your way through this 85-pound swing? The first link in the description books a call with us. If you want to keep going solo, no problem, bro. just stay with me here because the next part is the reason why I made this whole video in the first place. Let's talk about the biomarkers now that no one is covering. This is where the Triumph 1 trials goes somewhere the Triumph 4 never could, because it measured the full cardiometabolic markers, your inflammatory markers, and this is the stuff that the mainstream coverage completely ignores, while they argue about the scale number. And I'm gonna explain why this is a problem. The waist circumference, it dropped 24.1 centimeters on average. Guys, that's almost 10 inches. That's on a smaller pant size. That's the visceral fat story that made visible. Along with it, meaningful improvements that are gonna happen here is non-HDL cholesterol, your triglycerides are gonna go down as much as 40-45%, and your systolic blood pressure is dropping quickly, almost like you jumped off a building. Then there's the marker I actually care about most, your CRP, well, high sensitive CRP, HSCRP on your blood work. It drops significantly across every dose, every group. And here's why that one matters more than your cholesterol panel, because HSCRP isn't just inflammation. It's one of the most powerful independent predictors of long-term outcomes that we have with blood work. Elevated HSCRP is tied to 2 to 3 times more cardiovascular risk, even in people whose cholesterol looks perfect. It tracks with cognitive decline and your rate that your tissues are gonna age. When this number comes down, that's a needle that actually moves your lifespan, not just your photos here. Now, let's talk about the liver, which is your detox organ. This is the one that should matter most to anyone on TRT, and almost no one connects it to it. In the phase 2 liver sub-study, the top doses cut liver fat by 81 to 86%. And over 85% of those people went from a fatty liver to a normal one. The question is, why do you care as a hormone optimized guy now? Because a fatty liver cannot detox or clear your hormones properly. It's the organ that metabolizes your estrogen. You clog it with fat, estrogen's gonna recirculate back into your body, your SHBG is gonna go through the roof, and your free testosterone, guess what's gonna happen? It tanks. You end up with great numbers on paper that's not usable. You're gonna strip the liver fat and you hand your TRT protocol its job back. Now, if you guys want to watch another video connecting all these things, check out my gut liver detox video. And this is an amazing one. You guys will learn a lot. Let's talk about how Reta is an anti-aging drug, and let's call this the longevity layer. Now, I'm gonna take this somewhere no one else has, nobody has. I'm gonna be honest with you the whole way about what's proven versus what's mechanism. They love using that word, because that line is exactly where the internet gurus start lying to you. When most people picture who Reta is for, they see a guy with 60 pounds of body fat to lose. They see a guy with 30, 40, 50% body fat levels. And yeah, at that level, the results are insane. But the guys I work with, they're already on TRT. They're already training hard. Nutrition's already dialed in. They're sitting at 15, 18%. For them, the transformation has almost nothing to do with the scale. It's about one thing, visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat that's packed deep around your organs. And it's not storage, it's an organ. A factory. Every pound of it is pumping inflammatory cytokines straight into your bloodstream. IL-6, TNF-alpha, the works. Picture the guy who looks fine in a shirt, who has that stubborn layer of fat over his midsection that won't move no matter what he does. That's the guy whose labs come back with high HSCRP, suppressed testosterone, insulin resistant, and garbage recovery while doing everything else correct. Because those cytokines crank up aromatase, converting your testosterone to estrogen faster than your protocol can actually keep up with or what you're taking. They chew up your joints. They wreck your sleep. They blunt your insulin signaling, all at the same time. And the phase 2 data show that Reta cuts visceral fat by, listen to this, 45 to 50% at the higher doses. Nearly half, gone. Now, for my own run, the joint inflammation drop was the thing I was not ready for. I've been carrying around injuries for years. My pec, my shoulders, my knees, my back, my spine. A few weeks at a conservative dose, the background noise of this chronic inflammation generally normalized, just went quiet. It disappeared. Now, here's where I separate measured from theory, though, because this next part is mechanism. The internet gurus love that word. It's why I think it works, not something to Triumph 1 put a number on. 1. Oxidative stress. When visceral fat is pumping out cytokines, it's also generating something called reactive oxygen species. Sounds crazy, right? It's unstable molecules that damage your DNA, they damage your mitochondria, and they oxidize cholesterol into arterial plaque. They strip the fat, and you lower that load on every cell. For the 30% body fat guy, that's dramatic. For the lean guy, it shows up in the stuff that you cannot photograph: recovery, sleep, and mental clarity. 2, autophagy. GLP-1 signaling upregulates autophagy, your cell's garbage disposal. It's clearing out all the damaged proteins and the worn out cells. It's the same longevity mechanism that everyone chases with the fasting, except Reta is triggering it through the receptor signaling instead of starving yourself day after day. 3, mitochondria. This is the glucagon piece, and it's what separates Reta from every other GLP-1 because glucagon drives the fat oxidation right at the mitochondria level in your liver and muscle. Better mitochondria efficiency means better cellular energy, better insulin sensitivity from the ground up. It's slower tissue aging. And this is why a properly titrated Reta cycle does not feel like a normal aggressive cut. I've cut to 5% body fat. I've lost how many times in my lifetime from bodybuilding? I know what death feels like when you're cutting like that. Running a cut with Reta versus without it, the difference in energy and clarity and just functioning is literally night and fucking day. So to be straight, the visceral fat, HCRP, liver, cardiovascular numbers measured in humans, phase 3, the autophagy and the mitochondria and the longevity story, strong mechanism, not yet a Triumph 1 endpoint. Anyone telling you that Reta is a proven anti-aging drug is selling you something. What I'm telling you is the biology lines up and the human biomarkers we can measure are all pointing in the same direction. Bottom line, at 30% body fat, the visceral fat reduction alone reshapes your hormones, your cardiovascular risk. At 10 to 15%, like I was, the scale's gonna barely move. But the cellular benefits don't shrink with your body. For the guy who already has everything else dialed in and he's clearing that last inflammatory burden, it's often what finally lifts that ceiling that's been capping your performance for years. No fat loss compound has ever been able to do that. You understand that, right? Let's talk about how to actually run Reta the right way so you get the most out of this. So if you're running Reta for your first or your next cycle, here's what the Triumph 1 data is screaming at you right now. It's jumping off the paper. Because it doesn't just show you what Reta does, it shows you exactly how to use it. And it confirms what most people get dead wrong. The biggest mistake is this: chasing the highest dose. Should be an asterisk. More is not better. The 4 milligram group got 19% weight loss. That beats Ozempic's max dose with about a 5% dropout rate. The lowest dose in the trial outperformed the competition's ceiling with barely any tolerance issues. That's impressive. Now here's how I actually run it. Start conservative. I started with a half to 1 milligram and titrate slow through 2, 4 to 6 milligrams. For most of our clients, 3 to 6 milligrams is the sweet spot, no lie. Titrated deliberately over 8 to 12 weeks. Your body might want a little more or a little less, but that's up to you and how you're doing. I have never pushed the 9 or 12 milligrams. Based on everything this data shows, most men will never need to do that. At that range, you get real fat oxidation, the inflammatory drop, and the glucagon activation that makes this drug special, without all the side effect profiles that torches your training, burns your muscle up, makes you feel like complete shit, and like regrets what you're doing. Phase 2's biggest mistake was that they escalated too fast, and the dropout number doubled. Phase 3 fixed it with the slow climb, the slow titration, and every dose the group did better with it. The same rule in the real world. You rush it and you'll spend 2 weeks fighting the nausea, the pains, the uncomfortableness, and wonder why your muscles just burning off, and you're wondering if it's even working. And for the high performer already at 15 to 20% with everything dialed in, Reta is a real metabolic optimizational tool, not a weight loss drug. The scale might move 10, 15 pounds if you're lucky. The blood work though, the recovery and the hormonal improvements are the real prize. And here's a little bonus for you guys. Check out the stack and the muscle retention framework that I put together. Because running this solo is exactly where guys lose their gains. Plus you need a full exit strategy to do this on your own. And I broke it all down in this detailed video right here. How to run Reta. If you're serious about coming out leaner, more muscular, and a better biological spot than you started, watch this video next. But none of this means anything without blood work. It's a non-negotiable before and during and after. HSCRP, A1C, fasting insulin, glucose, the full liver panel, and a complete hormonal panel. The data I just walked you through is worthless if you're not tracking your own numbers. And if reading a full hormonal panel and a HOMA IR just made your eyes glaze over, that's literally what my team does with you on a call. We read your labs, we build a titration and the stack around your body, and tell you what to change. There's a link in the description to book your call. And let's talk about what's coming and why this is just the start. And here's why you want to be subscribed, because we are in the middle of this story, not the end. The Triumph program is 8 trials. And the ones still landing are the ones that matter most for guys like us. Triumph 2, it's obesity plus type 2 diabetes later this year. Triumph 3 is obesity plus established cardiovascular disease. This is the cardiovascular outcomes that data decides whether Reta becomes a true longevity drug or just a fat loss one. Triumph 5, sleep apnea, directly tied to your testosterone, your recovery, your performance. Triumph 8, fatty liver and MASLD. This is the trial that confirms everything I said in section 2 about your liver, plus the FDA submission expected this year. It's expected in 2026, so let's pay attention very closely. And the best part is every one of these adds a layer to what this molecule can actually do. I'll break each one down as it drops, so make sure you're sub to the channel so you don't miss my breakdowns. So let's pull it back real quick with me before we go. Most people are gonna see the Triumph 1 as proof that Reta is the best weight loss drug ever made. That's the wrong frame, and now you know why. The real story is single weekly injections that simultaneously resets visceral fat, liver health, systemic inflammation, mitochondria function, and insulin sensitivity. The weight loss is a side effect of all those things. And for the high-performing man who's already has his training dialed in, his nutrition dialed in, this was never about losing weight. It's about removing the biological ceiling that's been quietly capping your performance and your longevity this whole time. You want to run it the right way, under real medical supervision with real proper blood work, not a research website and a guess. The first link in my description books an assessment call with my team. We are here to work with men who are done experimenting on themselves and want it done the right goddamn way. This gave you a way of thinking about Reta that no one else is talking about. Sub to the channel, drop a comment, tell me which Triumph trial you want me to break down next. I'll see you in the next one.